You ready to go now?
I'm always ready.
Good morning.
Morning!
Morning!
Hello and welcome to the last ever 11 o'clock waffle here on Radiowave.
It's a momentous occasion.
It is momentous. Do you know why? I think we are the only share that's still airing.
Well, that's dedication.
Dedication to you listeners, dedication. We are the only show still on air. And boy, do we have a bumper-packed final show for you.
Hello, where's the enthusiasm? Come on.
Yeah.
And
Woo!
yeah, and boy, do we have a bumper-packed show for you.
I'm slightly less enthused because I've had to walk all the way from Falmouth to get here.
I'm trying to bring some gravitas to the part.
Some gravitas and gravity.
But it's the final show number 13.
Unlucky for some.
Unlucky for some, but
Very lucky for us.
Hopefully lucky for me, and I'll win.
Indeed.
So many chairs in this room right now.
We've gone all out with the guests. No expense has been spared.
Well, you don't spend anything anyway, so...
Well, you know, we bought waffles once.
Yeah, but not for the actual show, for which I'm very disappointed, viewers.
Yeah, where is our waffles?
But
Demand waffle satisfaction.
it's going to be an amazing show. And, shall we start introducing the guests?
It might be an idea.
Okay. He's everybody's favourite Crash Bandicoot fan. Hello, Edgar.
Hello!
How are you?
I'm kind of tired. I'm good, thank you, though. Yeah,
Tired but good.
tired. Fun.
Everybody good? Everybody awake?
Not really.
No, we're
Very
all quite tired.
I feel quite awake. I'm feeling
tired
good.
I'm tired and sweaty having walked
Yeah.
around. So.
Like we saw you.
Oh,
It's
no.
commitment. Shall we give
Made
you...
good time though.
It's everybody's favourite waffler, I believe, although nobody actually replied on the post, so I'm just giving you the title.
How can I not be everybody's favourite waffler?
So dramatic.
It's my Overlord's theme. I will demand it played everywhere I go.
Good
Team
morning.
Rocket is so badass.
I know. Really, you should have come up with a motto each week to sing along
Oh
to
no, I'm not gonna make up my own version of a stupid motto.
it. We have a newcomer on the show this week. It's Dominique.
Wasn't it? Wasn't this Kim's thing?
No, Kim had the clown theme.
I like my theme.
It's good because we have to come up with one for Joe in a minute. Can't even remember what we gave him 2 shows ago.
Oh, what was that?
Can't remember.
But Dom's upper half. Joe's on the show this week.
Hi. Like it.
Suits you?
Wait for it.
Been waiting a while.
It'll kick in a minute.
Worth the wait.
It's worth the wait, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, you're already thinking 4 guests on the show, it's going to be good. But no, we have Lucy.
Yay!
And of course, Lucy gets her own very special theme written about her.
So, here's the woman you all came to see. The Around the Clock is proud to present, fresh from her world tour, headlining in Amsterdam, Bangkok, and Celebration, Florida. Please give a warm hand to the star of Girls Gone Wild, parts 2, 5, and 7, Lucy the Slut!
such a charmer,
Thanks.
Mac. Really,
Thing is, she prefers that to a combine harvester.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I do actually.
the combine harvester is a fine and noble machine.
True.
Shall we head on with the final show then?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be complete
Onwards into the history books.
without this sound.
Yes, it really would.
Okay.
After the Falmouth results did not actually go online at 12 noon, but rather 12:15, what is the biggest results fiasco
Ooh,
ever?
Scandal.
15-minute delay.
I know.
Sort of
They,
scandal.
and they didn't say exactly noon.
They said
any-
12 noon.
Any
said
time,
12.
yeah, from any time after.
You were up in arms about it then.
That's up in arms for 15 minutes.
I didn't even notice. I went to have a shower.
Yeah,
How
I went
very
to do some
dare they.
toast, and I came back. It was online. It was fine.
It caused a firestorm on Facebook for 5 minutes.
Results are worth waiting for toast. In all fairness.
Shall,
What did you
shall,
have on the toast?
I think I had some. It had some like chicken thing.
And here I was expecting jam.
No, it wasn't jam. We didn't have a jam.
You disappoint me.
It was seafood
For some
toast.
reason, the name's just gone blur out my head. It's
Had
that
or
chicken.
paste or
No, it's like the ham chicken thing. The chicken
Chicken?
thing.
Chickenham Palace?
It's the forget it. Just forget it.
shall we just answer the question? Shall we just answer the question, guys, yeah?
I'm more interested in Ed's sandwich.
Yeah, my answer is pretty lame.
Do you want to go first, Dom?
No, I don't really.
Lucy,
Oh, don't-
4-time winner,
No,
you can
don't
go into
come
the
to
free.
me first. Go to someone else.
Has anyone got an answer for this one?
I have an answer,
have an
but it's
answer.
definitely not the biggest results fiasco ever.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, in South Africa, about a year ago, we have idols still.
Oh, nice.
Quite sadly, yes. And for the final results show, there was the wrong winner. Won the car, the money, the recording contract because texts hadn't gone through.
Oh.
And they figured it out, like, I think the day after or something, I don't know. And then they had to announce 2 winners, and they had to all share the prizes, so
Wow,
it's pretty lame.
it's quite big.
Yeah.
It's good. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. It's a very personal thing for me. My year 11 leavers ball at school, I did not win the best dressed award, despite the fact that everybody I spoke to said I should have. The fury that rose up in me. I wanted to kill the person who did win because he was like, there was everybody in their penguin tuxedos, and he was identical to 6 other people, and there I was in my fantastic white tuxedo with red bow tie and white and red waistcoat, and everybody I talked to said, "You should have won!" And I didn't.
Was it a secret ballot or did everyone have?
It was voted for by all the staff, and I asked all the staff and all the students, and they all said, "Yeah, it should have been you."
Fixed.
It was rigged because the guy who won dressed like a tramp every other day. It's the only reason. It's got to be.
Edgar.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of personal for me as well, actually, the one I have. Because when Crash Nitro Kart came out, there was this competition, right, in the official PlayStation 2 magazine years back, right? And it was to get the best time on one of the tracks. I was like, yeah! I'm good at this game, I can do this. So I sent like my time in and everything, like evidence and such. Came out a couple of mags later with the times and stuff. I came second, and the guy beat me had 2 milliseconds on me.
Ooh.
2 milliseconds! I was so annoyed!
That is just ridiculous.
That
2 milliseconds is marginal and just
Considering all the other times were like quite
a
significantly...
few seconds between them.
Yeah, quite...
It's a very good story. Joe?
Might have to get a bit political with this one.
You going to show Dom how it's done?
Well, I recall when I was just knee high to a grasshopper, the 2000 presidential election in the US. George Bush versus Al Gore.
Oh
Very
yeah.
close one
Yeah.
thing. Florida runoff, like 10,000 votes between them or something. That have a recount, massive uproar. I mean, it's not on the level of the Falmouth results, but
Not even close, Joe.
no.
What were you thinking with that answer?
I think though it's still quite major.
Yeah.
Lucy.
I don't really have a proper answer. I was going to say, with the graduation party, I definitely felt the best couple should have been Ed and James.
Totally.
Who was it in the end? Cause
It was Josh Oust and
And
Tom
Tom
Collins.
Collins, which was a nice win, but I definitely felt that you two should definitely have got it.
what you voted for all three of us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did, but that was hilarious.
Tom and Josh are kind of like,
They're together all the time.
Yeah.
Every time
Yeah.
you see one, the other's always there.
That's true.
they're an iconic pair, really.
Yeah.
Right, it's a slow start from Lucy, the
Synonymous with mischief.
unbeaten champion.
I
or-
will get in there with some fair answers later on.
Yeah, she was snipers.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know,
lull them all into
Yeah,
a false
just-
sense of security.
I think that was an answer I gave a couple of weeks back with the whole, what was it, Eurovision Song Contest? With the whole who was going to sing for.
Was this the Terry Wogan
Oh
incident?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I
You
was
said
thinking
you
of that when I
announced
wrote
the
this.
wrong answer, yeah.
Yeah, the whole, yeah.
You
Announced the wrong winner.
That was awkward.
Oh.
To sing for our
Terry.
country, yeah.
Oh, poor Terry.
Mac, we were wondering what was going through your mind writing these questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nostalgic memory questions.
Have you suffered a head trauma within 3 to 5 days?
No. Although Tony did hit me on the head the other night, actually, at that
He did.
party.
That
He-
may
he,
have
like,
knocked something
tapped you.
loose.
He tapped you.
Really hurt.
Was it a pat on the head?
If
No.
there's any
Literally,
consolation, he felt
it's just
really
that,
bad
it
about
was
it.
like
Yeah, he
really
did
light.
feel quite bad about that the next day.
He is quite ninja-like, though.
No, injuries from getting hit. You know.
Yeah.
Should we have
Yeah,
question
for all
two?
you people who can't actually see Joe's arms, they do look like they've just been hit with a crowbar repeatedly.
Quite shocking.
He's a real man.
We're not going into domestic violence on the relationship, James, okay?
Mum's aware.
It's not that kind of show.
It is now.
Question two.
Yeah, all right.
What is the most pointless piece of reading you've done since you've been at university? James, let's start with you.
My
Man
ni-
who's very well read in all of the uni books.
My initial answer was this question sheet, but
I like that.
Gotta
But
get
then
Well
that
done.
James.
but
Well
then I thought back, and I'm probably gonna have to say Proust because
Oh,
Proust.
Proust,
It's
Priest,
Proust.
Proust,
you
Whatever
weren't in
it's
the
called.
lecture.
Okay.
the French guy with the toast and biscuits and his tea.
To be honest, that's my
And
answer as well.
It's just a load of
Oh, really?
gumph, to be
I kind
honest.
of liked it.
Mainly because we only ever looked at that tiny little section of it. So I'd done like most of it, read most of it, and then we only looked at that
Spent
little
the
bit.
whole summer reading.
There were
one
quite
book.
there were quite a few instances where we had to read. We read like massive chunks of something, and then we would look at a chapter or
Yeah.
one little bit. And I was just like,
Paragraph.
why did I waste my time? Which is why very shortly after that I stopped reading altogether.
Josh Oust bought the second volume.
Well, some people.
I'm gonna
Yes,
read it. I'm
some
gonna read
yeah.
them one day. Yeah, when I have time to.
So that's
Yeah.
James and Lucy's answer. Dom.
I'm gonna go with the entire of first year.
Because it didn't actually
I
matter.
don't remember one thing we read in first year, and I didn't understand one word of it.
I read that little Jane Austen one. Was it Lady
Lady
Susan?
Susan.
Oh, that was
Oh.
yeah, but I mean,
Didn't we do
if
Paradise
you've ever
Lost in
read
first
Pride and
year?
Prejudice,
Briefly.
then that was the worst Jane Austen to give an English student. I don't know why we did that.
Edgar.
Funnily enough, I'm going with Hard Times because I honestly believe that they could have chose such a better Dickens text and they gave us that one.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that one is one of the
No.
dullest ones to me.
Yeah.
And they gave it to us as a text.
I find Dickens dull at the best of times, but that
Yeah.
just really wanted to make me bash my skull in on a desk.
It was that and New Grub Street
I was gonna
second.
Oh, God,
yes,
yeah.
I was about to
Never
say.
got
Such a
either.
waste of time that book was.
Yeah.
Although at hard times, I listened to it on audiobooks, and that made it a lot better because the voices.
You listening, Kim?
Joe,
Well,
historian,
yeah.
different set of reading.
As a history student, I can honestly say that the vast majority of my course material was virtually unreadable. But one thing stands out in particular was I think 1,000-page diary I was reading. I think, do you remember me reading that? I was in the library up until about 1 a.m. just going through endless diary entries trying to find out, and they were generally stuff like, saw a dog on the beach this morning. It was a signalman from the Porthcurno Telegraph Station. I had to trawl the diary entries for relevant material.
For 1,000
Which there wasn't
pages.
any, by the way.
Oh god.
That's pretty pointless.
That is really pointless, actually.
That's the first two questions of the final show. Shall we have the scores?
Yeah.
I dare say I'm in negative values equal to my bloodied value, which will kill me instantly.
Too soon.
Too soon. I thought about it.
Yeah.
Apparently unable to have the scores as the VLC player is not working.
I think we just not open it in something else.
I'm
Means
trying to.
I don't have to know how badly I'm losing.
There's a
I
reason I
can
stopped
see
you.
the
Essentially,
scores
I'll
right there. I don't understand.
Oh.
You need to.
Don't spoil it for the listeners.
Okay.
It really doesn't want to work.
Bum
apparently.
bum 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 bum.
Hang on, we could
Now
always
read
have-
them.
We could always have.
We're not having a flashback.
Well,
Last
you see
place
Angel
on-
with the light or something.
In last place on 3 points, it's James. You know you shouldn't come and
well.
insult the show.
I didn't insult the show. I insulted the question sheet.
Which I spent a good 10 minutes writing. And penultimate place, it's Lucy on 4. Dom's on 5 points.
Hello?
Joe's in second on 8, but way out on the lead on 10, it's Edgar.
Yeah.
Why does Joe have more than me?
He's experienced.
Well,
That was photographed by Nickelback. You're listening to the last ever 11 o'clock waffle here on Radiowave. This is the last time you'll hear James Joseph Miller's dulcet tones over the sound.
That's not true. I will be the overlord. Everyone will hear me over their radio and television every day
Yeah, I see.
as I instruct them in what to do in their day-to-day lives.
You are most likely to take over the world, though. So I
As
can
it was
see
proven.
happening.
As we all concluded.
Yeah. Question 3. What is the most important thing you've learnt at university? Start with Joe on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure all you English people will agree. The value of a bankable degree. Been looking for jobs, not really happening. Been scrubbing around for internships. There's a few out there, but it's
Yeah.
really tough. So yeah, the value of a degree that can get you some Millar, maybe some nice science or something.
I think I'm with you with that. Because I've only come to realise at the start of this year, I was like, yeah, I can't do anything with my degree. Wonderful. I'm going to have to take an MA in something else. Yeah.
Or become an engineer.
Yeah.
It's the only place that's got jobs.
And then get fired by
engineer. You've got to study for that.
Only 3 years.
Not really. Not
Edgar.
studying for another 3 years.
Most important thing you've learnt at uni?
That what you know doesn't actually get you that far. Believe it or not. It's who you know. If anything, all the job searching I've done at uni has been.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Very good life lessons being taught right here on the 11 o'clock waffle. Joe,
We've
sorry,
had
James.
Joe is my father, not that Joe.
Ah.
Oh.
My actual father.
Call me Joseph if it will be more, you know.
Call him Dad.
Playing us cards.
Right, pops.
If
Most
you keep calling him Dad for the rest of the show, I'll give you a point at the end.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's not worth a point. I'm not that desperate to win your show, Mac. The most important thing I've learned at uni is Mass Effect plus Deadline equals bad.
Yeah.
having an Xbox with deadlines around just isn't a good idea. Leave your games consoles at home, kids.
I think we were talking to Rupert last night. He's like, I don't understand how I could never see writing your work the night before, and it's like, talk to James.
Come see me, Rupert. I'll explain it all to you.
Dom, what have you got?
I said, well, I didn't learn that much from my actual course. So
Who did?
The one valuable thing I did take from university was learning how to cook. Because I never cooked before. So now I can cook.
It's a valuable skill.
So cooking
It's a very
good,
valuable
Joe?
skill. More
Yeah, it's
valuable
good.
than a degree.
Good.
And Lucy, what have you got?
I would say my organisational skills have got a lot better, despite the fact that I might leave work to last minute for deadlines. But other things are very organised, as in I can organise things for Feckles, just not my own work.
Think about our work deadlines though. Don't you ever find that they just build up because you do one bit of work and then you don't have enough time to finish the other assignment, and then it just piles up at the end?
Yes, the deadlines were always so close together, which was
Yeah.
just ridiculous.
Normally what happens.
Yeah, that's what happened with me.
Okay, question number 4. I like this one. What has been your favourite fancy dress outfit that you've worn or that you've seen someone else in? Ed?
At the graduation party, I had a costume ready and I couldn't go, and I'm really annoyed about that.
What was the costume?
It was Setzer from Final Fantasy VI. I had the white wig, I had the black coat, I had the white shoes, I had the cards, I had the makeup and the scar and everything. And then I couldn't go.
Would have been glorious.
I was
to be
so...
Being so good.
But everyone else, I'm trying to think. Got to be a Halloween costume someone's had, surely.
To be honest, with being in Feckles, we've been to so many fancy dress
We
costume
have.
parties.
What about outfits for your plays?
Oh, that's true.
Or king outfit?
Duke.
Duke, you were pretty cool as a Duke. You had a cape.
I'm quite...
Besides the cape, most of that came about because I was wearing it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Graded arms, that was really well done.
I think the outfit that never was is a good enough answer, Ed. Well done. Joe, dressed up as a Tudor?
My fancy dress has been rather lacking in general, so I'm just thought one off the top of my head. It wasn't amazing. It was just the experience of walking around town with two extremely drunk people just sort of blundering through council estates trying to find a house. One dressed as a giant crocodile with a massive crocodile suit with some shorts and a tie, and another one dressed as I forget, Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII with all the accessories and like a skin tight lycra suit and a massive sword.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Cool.
That tops pretty much anything anybody else could say.
Yeah.
Dom,
does.
what have you
Oh,
got?
no, I was coming after that. I was once Little Red Riding Hood that got thrown out by the wolf.
There
Yeah.
was no
Yeah.
The wolf kicked you out of the bed,
Well, obviously I escaped from the inside of the wolf, and that's how I looked like that. Yeah.
Good costume.
Oh,
I was bloodied
Okay.
and muddied and
nice.
yeah.
James?
Like Joe, my own fancy dress has been negligible because,
Your Velociraptor outfit was stunning.
yeah, my raptor in disguise for Freya's Eddie's party was quite epic. It was just me in a hat, which is actually just me. So
In a hat.
I am fancy dress. There's my answer.
Nice.
Personified. I don't. Okay. Personified works. I was going to say I don't particularly want to wear you, James. Sure.
That would involve killing and skinning me, which I do not approve of.
Lucy, can you top the round?
Oh, I don't think I can top Joe's answer. There's been so many costume parties that I've been to because of Feckles. Like my list of things that I've been is just insane. I think the best like costume of somebody else has to be Maya and Emma as Sweeney Todd and Mrs.
That thought
Lovett.
did cross my mind. I love Especially Emma's interpretation of Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Love that.
My waistcoat.
But like my own costume, like the list is just too long to even pick one.
Ooh, I know one. Mac and tights.
Yes, Mac in tights was
With
not
his
disturbing
rather
at
feminine
all.
legs.
It's jealous.
Not really.
No, that's not the word for it.
Okay, shall we have some scores?
If we must.
Or would you like a bit of?
Nice.
In last place on 10 points, it's James.
Oh well. Means I won't be caught and killed by the Nazis.
Lucy's on 11.
He's come up with some better answers.
Dominique's on 12. And tied for the lead on 18 each, it's Ed and Joe.
Well done, then.
Could the newcomer become the master?
See, only time will tell.
Time for some more songs now. Stay tuned for some Muse, but first, a dazzling end. That was Starlight by Muse. And that's very loud digging going.
It's not Digger.
It could
Lemon
be.
tractors.
I heard the sound, it sounded digger-like.
Okay.
Question
It's called a diesel engine.
I see. Is it a Massey Ferguson?
Probably not.
No. Based in the Midlands, aren't they?
They were.
And they're gone now.
Been gone for a while.
Well, I went to the factory when I was little. Very cool.
It's alright.
Question 5. What is the song that you most associate with the past 3 years? Dom, you're the music expert.
Hey, why don't I start?
Because I don't think you started yet, and you can go
I
first.
started on the first one. Okay, anyway, I just said in general pop music, anything Beyonce, Rihanna, that sexy chick song. Because I don't know, I was a bit alternative before I came here, and now I'm poppy. And all pop music is university music.
Edgar.
Nyan Cat. I'll be honest, Nyan Cat. It just makes me think of all the times I've had it in the house of Feck, to be honest.
Nice.
Get some pretty up.
Lucy.
It's not a song, it's an whole
Club Eye
album.
theme.
Oh god.
It's Club
No.
I have a fee.
Probably no. It's an album, Revolutions by Biffy Clyro, just because I've played that so many times, just over and over and over the last, 2 years. Especially when I'm doing work. I don't know why, it really makes me work a lot quicker. So that one.
James, is there a special piece of music you listen to when you're writing the dissertation in the wee hours of the morning?
No, because I don't want to wake up my neighbours. Because I'm considerate like that. No,
Is that a dig at the House of Feck?
no.
If we're going for what I listen to dissertation stuff, I listen to the entire FF6 soundtrack quite a few times over when writing my creative dissertation.
Final Fantasy music's just great though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, for me, probably Drive by Blackstone Cherry. I think I've got close to 600 plays recorded in iTunes on it.
That is
Ooh.
very
Impressive.
impressive.
That's
Single
impressive.
song,
You
yeah.
get 5 points just for how awesome that is.
It's an awesome song as well.
Joe.
Mine is Tales of Brave Ulysses by Cream, because I came here in the first year and I felt the epic sort of Odyssey vibe coming to the sort of beaches of Cornwall. It was all very epic to me, and yeah, and then obviously travelling around in second year, went to all these awesome places like Porthcurno and Kynance Cove, and it felt very much like that. So yeah, that was my Cornwall theme more than university.
Any point for anybody who can guess the album I listened to most when I was writing my work?
Spandau
Spandau
Ballet, I'll take
one,
that.
yeah.
Which one you going with?
Spandau Ballet.
Spandau Ballet.
You've never heard of them, have you?
I think you played it for me once and I just
Duran
blocked
Duran,
it
that
from
was
my
good.
memory.
Spandau Ballet or Take That. Those are the two things you always say you've listened to.
Or you're going to surprise us all and say Rick Astley.
No. We do have the vinyl on the wall though. What I love is it says, and his other songs.
Did he have other songs?
2 apparently.
Wow.
Before they put "and never let me go, never gonna give you up."
Never let me go.
Never. Yeah, he was ahead of his time. It is Spandau Ballet. You get a point, James.
Woo!
Greatest hits. There's also ELO. Listen to ELO a lot.
Okay, you've never mentioned that
Does
before.
that mean I get a point as well since I
Yeah,
said
you get a
something?
point.
Yeah, thank you. Just you're like, oh, James. It's
Fairness, please. Equal opportunities and all that.
Yes.
What is your proudest achievement since you've begun university, Edgar?
Come back to me on that.
James. You're a proud man.
Quite probably a tie between being voted most likely to conquer the world and killing Joe in D&D last night. I feel slightly bad for him because it's never nice to be killed, but as a DM, killing a player is always satisfying, and
I have to suffer on with the shell of my former life now.
yeah,
With just this.
when you become a DM, you can fill the void by killing others. That's how it started for me. So yeah.
It's good. Joe, would you like to counter your death?
I'm still deep wrapped in thought on this one. Could you come back to me as well?
Lucia Duncan wants to go.
I want to go apparently. For me, it was the fact that Feckles managed to put on a play at the Poly, just because I had this moment when I was backstage thinking, this is bizarre. Haven't been like backstage with the Poly since I was like 10. The fact that years later that I was in a production that was in my local theatre again was amazing. Also the fact that I managed to get us a little bit of publicity in the local newspapers, just because I enjoyed doing all the advertising and
Me and
stuff.
James did our bit on the show as well.
We did.
You did? You did?
Edgar, you've had the most time to think about it out of Joe and Dom.
Yeah, I think it was probably when I made that RPG, actually. In amongst all of the work we were doing on the course, I somehow managed to do that. And it took me like forever, but I did it. And I
Which
actually
is
made this
first year?
7-hour game. No, third year. Did it December and January time. I actually managed to do it, and I still did okay on the work and such.
Joe, what have you got?
Okay, well mine is actually completing my dissertation and getting a reasonable mark for it, which was I think 66 or something, which is pretty good.
That's really
But the reason I picked that in particular is because I didn't really do anything on it, because I really despised my tutor, and he used to send me nasty emails saying like, you're obviously not going to do very well on this, please talk to me. All my other students have been cooperative, you've been massively unhelpful to me. And I just like, no, I can do this, I have time. And so I just wrote it, got my head in the game.
Didn't you say something like you were a disgrace
I
to...
actually said disgrace, that word
something.
did come up, yeah. And yeah, so I just did it in 2 weeks, knocked it out, boom, there it was. And he gave it a crap mark and a second mark and put it up to 65.
Nice.
66.
Dom, proudest achievement.
Okay, I don't have that many. Yeah, it's quite sad. The only one that really stands out is in second year. It was really the only work I enjoyed was in second year, when we were doing novel writing and we had Lucy as a tutor, not this Lucy. And she was really sweet and I did really well and I got a first overall and I was really pleased and it was like the only overall first I got and I was like, yay! Yeah. And it was my favourite unit, so I was pleased.
yeah, second year I think was great for the creative work.
Yeah.
Mm.
The thing is, I got annoyed because I wanted to take that unit, but I really wanted to take screenwriting as well, and they happen at the same time,
Yeah.
so you have to take
That
one
is-
or the other.
I felt that about children and maths and I really
Yeah,
wanted to do
mass
both.
market.
Mm.
That's Mark, it was good. I
I
enjoyed
wish
it.
I had done
I
it
wish I'd
actually.
taken
It's good, wasn't it, Mac?
Yeah.
Mass market.
Mass market
Yeah,
business.
very, very good fun. Yeah.
Could
Cake.
have written Mills and Boone.
One week we had cake, biscuits and tea.
We did.
It was
wicked.
fantastic.
They'd had like a conference or something in the
They'd
seminar
had
room
the,
before, and they left the
yeah.
tea
Ah,
things.
yes.
Aww.
That
and all the
was-
teacups and stuff, so
yeah.
we We had tea and cake.
Oh, it's amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
You had really good classes. All we did was argue with Alfreya.
Yeah.
We had a few arguments occasionally.
Oh, we did have all a bad time though.
No, we didn't. That's true.
Yeah,
We just make every situation that little bit
Quite
more
awkward.
exasperated.
There's one seminar where like, he did a presentation on sort of World War Two. And I made a comment, and he's like, "Yes, but you can't say that to the Jews." And it's like,
What?
what's that got to do with this?
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like, yes, Tom, I failed to see the connection, but continue anyway. Question 7. Give me one word to describe your time at university. You all got a word.
It's alright.
You go with
It's
alright.
my word. Not alright.
So,
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright. It's a very
That's-
specific kind of alright.
Lucy?
Well, it's a bit of a made-up word that we had in the library because everything was going on and it was just crazy. But it's
Slightly
insane
outside.
or insanity, just because that's something that we've been.
Because we were so sleep deprived
Yeah, we came up with
that
insane,
insane came out as insane.
and we've carried it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed?
It's like my answer for me. So I'm going to say explosive.
Nice.
Dom, what have you got?
Okay, following on from Lucy's thing, I'm gonna say sleepless. Because I think
Yeah.
I did not sleep enough in these past 3 years.
Joe?
I'm going to go with, don't judge me for this because this is almost a reaction to it, but banter. Word banter really irritates me, and in all through first year I'm like, people calling their flats banter campus and going shouting banter at me all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Do people?
Yeah,
I
all
never
the
heard
people I knew in first year were just like always used like was talking about banter, and I was just like, this is really irritating. And I suddenly very slowly grew to accept it and use the word.
It's just like the word pretentious for me in first year. And suddenly it was just flung around like all over the place every day. I was like, for God's sake, will people stop using this word?
And every time a joke was cracked, someone would say banter, and it would be like,
That's really
you
annoying.
obviously didn't move in the same circles.
No.
I see. Shall we have the scores before we go into the midday hour?
Go on then.
I don't know what we should have really. We could have.
It's not really score related.
In last place, 21 points, it's James.
Oh well.
Tied next on 24 points each, it's Lucy and Dominique. And inseparable at the top, it's Joe and Ed on 27 points.
Oh.
Oh.
Joe put in all of his experience from listening into this final show.
Been biding my time.
Let's take you into the to the midday hour. We have 2 songs from the musicals now. We have Avenue Q's I Wish I Could Go Back to College, and Those Canaan Days from Joseph from the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Why the second one?
Because you can change Canaan to first year days.
That's so depressing.
It is now 12:02, the final ever hour.
We're all depressed.
We're all depressed. It's gonna get more
You've
depressing.
killed our souls.
You okay
Play
to
some
go?
happy music.
Oh, the next one's good, and then it goes sad, and then it goes good, and then it goes a bit sad, and then it sort of.
Play some
I
happy
hate David
music.
Bowie.
Well, Lucy likes David Bowie.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. I just
What song is it?
Heroes.
heroes.
It's quite upbeat.
I apologise to the listeners. I didn't
Yeah.
think of that. I caught you off guard, Matt. You just revealed your next.
I know. But it's a good one.
It's a good
Stick
one.
around.
It's a good one.
Question 8. What has been your best bargain buy as a student? Dom's grinning.
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry, you're frowning. You're frowning terribly.
Crying. No, I'm just sitting.
Well, that's just confusing. James, best bargain buy.
Pretty much any food I've ever bought from Iceland when I've been low on funds, because it has actually saved my life. They have so many offers, and it's
True.
all so
it is
cheap
true. It is
that
true.
I've just like been able to spend £3 or £4 in there and have the ability to survive
Yeah.
for a few weeks more. So, props to Iceland.
Mum,
we love
good,
you.
good mum shop at Iceland.
My mum doesn't. I'm not saying she's not a good mum. I'm saying that disproves that all good mums shop at Iceland.
Would you like to just apologise quickly to your mum if she is
I
listening?
love you, mum. You're great.
That was amazing.
You have an extra point. Ed, best bargain buy.
I don't really go out of my way to hunt for these sort of things. Okay, remember when we all went to Asda?
Yes.
We all went to Asda at one point,
Yes.
and we bought a lot of donuts.
Donuts.
Cookies.
Donuts and the
Donuts.
cookies.
Donuts.
I think there
Donuts
was
were
like
awesome.
20
Donuts
cookies.
and cookies. Yeah, cookies. Yeah, those actually. I'll go for those. We bought all those cookies for like nothing,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I had a cookie feast.
it was amazing.
Cookie
A lot of
feast.
food-related answers so far. Joe.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go with the flow and pick another Asda-related food. Mine though, well, I don't know if this can count as a bargain because I got it for free.
That's the best kind of
Yeah.
bargain.
That is
Back in
the
the
best.
day, they used
The
to have
ultimate bargain.
late at night, they would have a stack filled with food that's going to go off the next day, and you can take as much as you want.
Oh,
So I
For
took,
free?
I took 2 loaves of bread
Amazing.
and 2 packs of donuts with me.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't eat. I had about half of 1 loaf of bread and maybe 1 donut.
Frozen.
That is the best bargain student buy of the round.
it's
Dom.
not even
When
buying.
does this
I know.
I want to get there.
Oh, the
I
Asda
don't think they don't do it
breakfast.
anymore. I don't think.
Oh.
I've never seen it again. I
Yeah.
saw it once.
That's so weird.
They
Maybe you
tend
stole
to-
it and you didn't realise.
No, what they tend to do, no, they don't tend to give away free. They tend to give away just really cheap.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
19 pence naan bread. No, 9 pence naan
Yeah,
bread.
things like that.
9 pence naan bread if you get it at the right time.
Yeah.
Dom,
You all missed the boat.
what's your best bargain buy? You can
When I
include
was-
duty free as well in this.
When I was in first year, I had a friend in third year who was obviously leaving, and she sold me her guitar for £10. And I was like,
That's
It's
really
pretty
"Ooh."
good.
I never played it, but I owned it for £10.
That's pretty. That's a good bargain.
Yeah.
Lucy.
I was going to say in the first year I managed to get my copy of Lady Susan off eBay for like 10 pence. That was pretty good because Lady Susan was such a bad
It
Oh,
wasn't
so-
worth the taking.
I always wonder how people do that because I always find those sort of things. If they're going cheap, then the P&P is always like so expensive.
No,
Super
it's
Saver.
like
Still
What's Super Saver?
expensive.
Yeah,
Super
Super
Waffle.
Saver delivery, which is like free, and you
Yeah.
just don't know when you're going to get it.
5 to 10 working days. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is no good if you're buying it like 2 days before you need it. Like,
well I was an
sometimes.
eager first year, so I managed to get it early. You know,
Oh, eager beaver.
It isn't like now where I get my books like the day before
I
and try
don't
to
even
skim
get
read
the books now.
or get the books out of the library.
Just turn up and smile.
We have all these books.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do with that?
It's when oh yeah, can't sell them either. So.
No, they're worthless.
They are.
Just enjoy them and read them for fun.
Put them on a bookcase, look cultured.
Yeah.
I did also get the entire series of Firefly and Serenity for a grand total of about £8.
That's good.
I think you found that awesome Edgar Allan Poe collection. That
Oh
was
yeah,
so
in the
envious.
charity shop for £2.50.
That was,
Golden page.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was
I
just
remember
so
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Really wanted.
Too slow, Ed. Too slow.
Yeah.
Question 9.
Has everyone answered the bargain?
Yeah. I believe so. Give me a recipe that you enjoy cooking / baking for the next generation to inherit. Edgar's got his book out.
Yeah.
Edgar, you can go first.
Let's see ingredients and see if you can actually guess what this is first. Water, 35 litres. Carbon, 20 kilograms. Ammonia, 4 litres. Lime, 1.5 kilograms. Phosphorus, 800 grams. Salt, 250 grams. Nitre, 100 grams. Sulphur, 80 grams. Fluorine, 7.5 grams. Iron, 5 grams. Silicon, 3 grams. And 15 other elements.
the chemical composition of your average grown human being.
Ah, nice.
Tastes like human.
How many transmutations are happening there?
Dom, can you top
Geek
that
joke.
one?
Oh God. Okay. The only recipe that I really love of my own, which got passed on to me from my mother, but she doesn't remember it, is a chicken in the oven with a can of beer up the chicken's bum. And then...
Can I just say how sceptical I was of this meal?
I was. I remember Dom telling me about this last year, and I'm just like,
This sounds absolutely ridiculous.
this is almost blasphemous.
I made it for Joe, and he really
She
liked
did,
it.
and it was very good.
There you go.
So what does the can of beer do?
It just, it makes it more
Moist.
soft and
It's
moist,
something.
yeah.
Wow,
It
that's
gives it a
amazing.
bit more flavour, not like really beer flavour, but it just makes it taste nice.
Yeah,
Then you know you get to drink half the beer while you're cooking the chicken. So.
Nice.
Well, I hope you drink
Just-
half the beer
it's a
before you
fun
cook the
recipe
chicken.
everyone is very skeptical of, and then they try it, and then they know. It's
Yeah, I
amazing.
thought you were off your rocker at the time.
Joe, what have you got for recipes?
Well, I am not by any means a good cook, so this is a difficult one for me, but I can bake a mean loaf of bread.
Respect.
My grandfather was a baker, taught it to my dad, taught it to me, you know, generational thing, I guess.
Hang on, I've got the Hovis music. Talk about your bread
I
bit
can
now.
just see someone squeezing a loaf of bread right now.
Yeah. I've done it for a while, so it might come out a bit grotesque if I was to attempt it tomorrow, but
bread balls.
Okay, Lucy?
I don't really have a specific recipe. I'm one for just throwing in what's ever in the fridge and hoping for the best, to be honest. I can cook a good cake.
okay.
I can bake a good cake. Yeah, that's something that my gran taught me very young, was just like, you have to be able to make a good cake. That's
You have to.
You have to,
To
it's
be a
true.
good woman in this world.
apparently so.
You're calling me a woman?
Says the finishing school
Oh
graduate.
well.
Yeah.
Don't.
You have the
James
hair.
Cakes is
Last.
cakes upon us.
Last, and this is the reason why he's going last, Mr. Millar. Baking
Well-
extraordinaire.
My cake recipes, unfortunately, I'm not going to share with you because they're my trade and family secrets. There's a jambalaya recipe that I've taken from Jamie Oliver and sort of tweaked, which is pretty good. But I've also got an experimental one which I'm yet to try, which I think would be fantastic if I could pull it off. A dessert pizza.
Oh.
I have like
Wow.
a sweet dough base. Replace the tomato sauce with jam,
Sounds
and have
amazing.
like all your sweets and stuff as your toppings. And then
what
for-
replaces the cheese?
For the cheese, you have like custard.
Sounds good.
Sounds delicious. So you can actually have like pizza for dinner and then
Pizza for dessert.
That was an
Mhm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the answer you've been keeping in your back pocket, confident that you can
I'd forgotten
cook?
about it until just now, actually.
Let's see what...
Like Ed, I was going to suggest human composition, but he beat me to it. Also, I forgot my notebook with the list in. So
can't cook anything else. Can make human.
What do we want as a... We could always have...
Lucy's gonna cry in a minute.
She will do. 29 points in
Soon.
last place. It's Lucy.
I can't believe the last show and I'm losing after 4 wins.
Tied in third and... Well, yeah, tied on 33 points. It's James and Dominique. On 34 points in second place, it is Joe.
Oh.
Narrowly in the
head.
lead on 36. It's Edgar.
thank
Yes.
you, Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes. Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay. Next up, as Joe announced earlier, it's Heroes by David Bowie. That was Goodbyes from the Tortured soundtrack, and before that we had Heroes by David Bowie.
Bowie.
It's another question, yeah.
Okay, as this is the last ever 11 o'clock waffle, it seems only right we put a few questions in about the 11 o'clock waffle. I feel we've established that kind of fan base.
We have.
We have.
Most of those fan
Most
base
of them-
are in the room,
Most of them are in the room,
but
or in having a day trip in Penzance.
in Penzance where they can't hear us.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, with this...
Unless we shout really loud.
Yeah, they could just get the podcast later. Or YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, because 11 o'clock waffle now has a YouTube channel, which will have the shows uploaded periodically.
Yeah, so maybe by tonight there could be 11 o'clock waffle on YouTube.
Yep, and of course the YouTube channel is just called 11 o'clock waffle.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to find it fine.
Okay, but with this being the last ever 11 o'clock waffle, where should the listeners go next for their radio entertainment? James?
Initial thought, an actual radio. Because we're kind of just an internet radio, but I don't listen to much radio, so I would probably just suggest that they go to podcasts of stuff. Like, there's a couple of good ones like Pseudopod and Escape Pod, which do like horror and sci-fi podcasts that are really, really good. So I would definitely say
That's
go
a
there.
good answer.
Especially with us being creative, most of
Yeah.
us being creative writing students.
It's a good answer.
It's a creative
Joe.
place.
I've gone with something I used to listen to, not really anymore, but last year I listened to it pretty much solidly every night. Radio 5 Live, up all night. Really good stuff, really funny. There was the two really good things I liked. I'm not a massive football fan, but the 24-hour football phone-in was absolutely hilarious. The people they had calling in.
Oh, 606 is brilliant.
And there was this one guy from South America that would just call in and rant about South American football. It was absolutely hilarious. Also, they had a New York cab driver that would come on and give like stories about his day-to-day like people he was picking up. Really good.
Dom?
Can I go next?
Yeah, you're next.
No, I mean after that. Okay, I'll just go now. I always listen to what's called 5FM, and it's the biggest radio station in South Africa, and that's what everyone listens to, and it's amazing, and I've even made Joe like it now.
It's got good music.
Yeah, they even play the Beastie Boys, which he really likes,
Yeah,
but I don't
Beastie
like that.
Boys.
But they play everything, and it's really good, and the DJs are funny. Yeah, proper South African style.
Lucy, need points.
okay, so I'm going to say the Chris Shrub experience because they're still here on Radiowave. But I'm also going to say follow Mac to wherever his next radio show will be.
That's such a cheap shot.
It really is. We know Lucy's the queen of sucking up on this show.
Yeah.
Edgar, it's worked though. She should back up.
Gonna say, I this year I really wanted to pursue the whole radio play thing. I actually wanted one of the slots there to do radio plays on. Never got round to it in the end. Got just too busy. So I think after this, I want to do a radio play online one. So you guys can listen to that maybe.
I would.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just also remembered Jazz FM's Southern Comfort Easy Hour on a Sunday,
Yes.
which is very good. They give you ideas of what you can do with Southern Comfort in like cocktails and stuff, and the jazz is good music.
Planet Rock's pretty good as well.
It's okay, but I've listened to it so much now over the past few years. It's very. It's gotten old for me.
It's all about the Jazz FM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, question 11. We're nearing the end. If the 11 o'clock waffle was turned into a movie, such as the Facebook film, cast actors / celebrities / musicians as myself and panellists of your choosing. Lucy, who have you got cast for the film?
Oh, this is is going to be difficult. Okay, so for you, not just because of the name, but just because of the cheesiness, I'm going to have to say Bruce Forsyth. But he's a legend. He's got a knighthood.
I was thinking if somebody said that I should be played by Bruce Forsyth, they'd get 5 points on the way up. So.
Okay. James, either. Oh, I don't know. Surprisingly, I'm going to say James Nesbitt. I don't know why.
I don't know who that is.
No, he's the actor.
Oh.
I'm thinking he put a wig on him because he's balding. So.
I don't know who he is, so.
What name is that?
No, he's cold feet.
He was in that picture that you just put
Was
up.
he?
But yeah, that's what made me think of him. But yeah, no, I think he could pull you off. For myself, I've said Ashray Ray, which is a bit ridiculous. I'm not as good looking and as sexy as her, so say, as she's meant to be one of the sexiest women in the world. Dom, I really can't think of anyone for you. I'm sorry.
I have someone for me, don't worry.
And yeah, Joe and Ed, they're all really difficult ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, him. Yeah, I do know who he is. Yeah, okay. That's not so bad.
Really?
The guy who was on the adverts for the...
Oh, him.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
for Yellow Pages.
Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
I got someone for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've run out of ideas because with Ed, Ed. I'm thinking. I think he should play himself, to be honest. I think
He is an actor.
He should become a movie star. He is an actor, so yeah.
I do terribly to say now.
Well, you'd be terrible at playing yourself. How is that possible?
Yeah, I've run out of answers.
James.
I'm quite surprised nobody said James May for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have said
I would have
That
said
was
James
nice
May,
enough.
But I'm going for Liam Neeson for myself.
Nice. Think
Because he's a
big.
beast of a man.
In
Yeah.
Taken. Definitely.
Such a good film. For you, Mac, I've gone for Warren Brown. For anybody that's seen Luther, he plays DC Ripley. It's alright. I think he could do you alright.
Yeah.
Similar kind of face. Bit manlier than you. And that's what you want on the big screen, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah.
You want to exaggerate people's features and stuff. Ed, I've sort of thought either Hugo Weaving in sort of Elrond fashion,
Or slash Matrix.
yeah, or Orlando Bloom with dyed hair.
Actually, Orlando Bloom's hair is dark anyway.
Oh yeah, they just dyed it for Lord of the Rings, didn't they? So-
Yeah, it was a wig.
Oh, was it a wig?
Yeah, everything was
That's
a wig.
impressive. Impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. if
Orlando
anybody else
Bloom
really-
as Ed is quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Bring in the teen audience.
I can't think of who we could do for anybody else. What's his face? Who was the Green Goblin's kid in
James Franco.
Spider-Man?
James
Yeah,
Franco.
could possibly do you, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Dom.
Okay, I didn't think of everyone. I only thought of what came to my head. So, Mac, you could be the guy from Angel.
David Boreanaz.
Yeah.
You're saying he's got a massive forehead?
No, but they both have similar hair.
Sure you do.
And then
It's a better answer than mine, to be honest.
I've decided now that Joe could be, I forgot his name. Oh, Shepherd from Grey's Anatomy. Does anyone watch that?
I do, yeah, I know who you
Okay.
mean.
Well, he's very cute.
Okay.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, you know him.
McDreamy.
McDreamy, yeah. And then for myself, I would be played by Zooey Deschanel. And I'm insisting. Yes.
It's like Dom's just comprising her fantasies on air.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, people have said that they think I remind
Yeah.
them
I
of her,
Yeah.
see it,
so
yeah.
I will be her. That will make me happy.
Joe, if you got cast.
I am terrible at actors and actresses, legendarily terrible. I'm drawing a blank across the board, I'm afraid. Maybe Noel Fielding is that maybe?
That would be quite
yeah,
hilarious,
that would
actually.
be fantastic.
Aside from that, I can't really think of anything.
You've slipped, Joe.
I know.
Edgar.
To be honest, this is kind of
This is where we
pretty
make back
bad
the points.
myself at actors and actresses, but I've always seen you two as James May and Richard Hammond. I've always seen you two as that. And I see Joe for some reason as James Masters.
That could work.
That could
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I see that. Who is it?
Okay.
He's Spike in Buffy.
Buffy, yeah.
Brainiac in
He's the one with
Smallville.
the bleached hair.
Yeah.
But it's the
I'm not
face.
blonde.
It's
It's
the
not, no,
face.
it's not naturally bleached.
Okay.
He was in Torchwood as Captain John Hart as well.
Oh yeah.
The only episode
They had
Dominique
a gay
seen.
kissing scene. That was hot.
But that's all I have. I can't.
I just thought, also, Joe could possibly be done by Hugh Laurie.
Oh, be intriguing.
No.
So is Bruce Forsyth.
That's true.
Have we got anybody for Emma?
Emma.
Emma.
Ian McKellen? Just for the height.
Can't think of anyone for Emma.
No, not really.
Unless you want to put James McAvoy in a wig
Could have Rene Russo.
He's
She's
really
quite cool.
short though.
and give him some stilts. Just use clever camera angles.
Okay, question 12. What award would you like to give someone from the 11 o'clock waffle? So it's our own little award ceremony. Edgar's got one. He's excited.
I'm going to give James the Crumpet Award because of that answer he gave weeks back that always sticks
First
in my
show.
head. Yeah, it's,
Winston Churchill
Churchill.
presents The Dangers of Crumpets.
yeah. And it's just stuck since, so I think you should get the Crumpet Award.
Thank you. I do like my crumpets.
Most crumpety.
Comforting.
Joe. Let's go to Joe last, I think, because he's been one of the longest listeners. Lucy.
Come to me in a minute.
James.
I think.
The 20-second Salt Award to Lucy for her marvellous defence of the salt industry.
Thank you.
You gave an entire salt pitch.
That is recorded, right?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
Picture selling salt.
Yeah, I can't think of any others really, other than ones for myself, and that would just be bad and get me minus points on this show. So.
Dominique.
I would just I would give James the best waffler award.
That's the highest award known
Yeah.
to
Most
I would-
prestigious.
Give James that award. Definitely.
I've just thought of another one, the Maya,
the Maya Award.
The Maya Award.
for all who swear on air.
Not-
She
She
gets
got her
that
own. She
award.
got her own colloquialism.
We've done a Maya.
Lucy, have you thought of one yet?
Oh, I really can't think of any. I would give you all awards for different things, but I just can't think what at the moment. I can't remember any. Actually, no. You gave a 20-second thing a while back. I can't remember what it was now. But I would give you an award for that. I can't remember which one it was.
Was it the one where I was Rob Brydon?
Well, yeah, that was quite hilarious. Yes, for having to do that, I was quite impressed with that one. Actually,
Joe.
Rob Brydon Award.
Okay, well I've gone with the Maya one as well for most profane because that was very. I'll go for Carla for most nonsensically amusing waffler.
Yeah,
It's very true.
When you listen to the stuff back, you do actually listen to it, you think, what? But then you start laughing and you're like, I don't want to edit that, that's cool.
And I'll go around for, I've got to say, go to agree with Dominique, most consistently, all round, entertaining waffler's got to be James.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree with that one.
The most avid listener should go to Joe.
Yes.
Definitely.
I think hopefully Elliot's listening today. So if Elliot is, let's have a round of applause for Elliot. Shall we have scores?
Oh, I've thought of another one.
Oh.
The no-show for Callum.
Yeah.
Gallo.
And for Emma last week. And Dom.
I think Kim should get an award.
Kim.
Yeah. For
We should
actual
have.
tutor being on here.
Yeah.
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 The Kim.
Let's
The
go.
Kim
The Kim
Award.
Kim Award. Yeah.
Kim Award.
Okay, in honour of Maya to see
Or
us
the
into
Martindale honorific.
in honour of Maya to see us into the points. Hang on. Wait,
You've
no,
broken it.
Last place on 41 points. It's Lucy. Tied on 45, and this will cause friction. It's Joe and Dominique.
Oh.
46 points in second place. It is
It can't be Ed because he was
James.
on 46 before. Yeah.
on 48. It's Edgar.
Oh,
This much in it.
just the one round left.
2 questions to go. The 20-second improvisation round.
Did we get a song in between?
Yes, I'm just about to play the song.
Okay.
This is Good Night, Travel Well by the Killers.
Good night.
That was Good Night, Travel Well by the Killers. And we enter the final 2 questions before our 20-second improvisation round.
It's the final countdown.
It is the final countdown. What is your greatest memory from university? Lucy,
Don't come to me first.
you need the
Please.
point.
I know, go to someone else, please.
James, are you ready? Is anybody ready?
I'm ready.
Joe, fire away.
Okay, well, it wasn't great, but it will certainly stick with me for the rest of my life, and that was in first year where I had some quite sketchy flatmates, and they would get up to all kinds of weird things, mostly, drug fueled. And in the kitchen one night, I wandered into the kitchen, and it had been, as it turns out, they'd been throwing knives at the green boards they had in the flat. So as I walked in the kitchen, I literally walked through the door, and I think my flatmate Theo, actually threw this sort of bread knife at the board, and it actually whizzed past my face and stuck into it, and it was just completely. Was speechless and just walked back out the room, sat down, and just sort of had to let it sink in. It's just summed up my first year of uni completely.
So who wants to go next?
I'll go then.
Dom.
Okay. One day we all got up at I think 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and we went to the beach. It was me, Sunniva, and Freya, and 2 other people, and we sat on the beach 4 in the morning, freezing our asses off, and then we watched the sunrise and just had like a picnic, and we were freezing, but it was amazing. Not the sunrise itself, because you get better ones at home, but it was a good moment. Yeah.
Gets good. James?
I don't know. I've been to sleep, so I can't remember things. I'm really drawing a blank on 3 years. It's really bad. Yeah. I don't know.
You ducking the question.
And until we've actually had graduation, I think that will be the best.
Going
memory.
graduation.
Actual graduation, yeah.
Edgar?
I think we've had quite a lot of times when we've sort of done things together, and those in general have been sort of the better times of uni, I think. But the one that stands out more than anything else was actually the Communist Party for Tony.
That was pretty awesome.
Because that was not only like amazing, it was sort of everyone had a good time there, and everyone was there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And the balloons of that party, we actually had to burst 2 days ago with a knife, and we had that party in November.
Yeah.
Those balloons were still up, they were still rounded. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Where were they? In the living room?
They were upstairs,
Oh.
all the way up there, because they were in the living room for ages, but we had to get rid of them.
Communist balloons are built to last.
Yeah, they
Unlike communism.
are. But yeah, there have been loads of times, to be honest. In fact, quite a lot of them have been this year.
Mm.
This month has been
Yeah.
quite amazing with how much we've done together, which has been really nice. I think one of the best nights out I had ended up with us walking to the beach and watching the sunrise and then going to Wetherspoons to have breakfast. That was quite an amazing night. Also results last year when we were all together in the gardens and then we went and had a meal out. That for me was like one of the best moments. Yeah, but this month has just been lovely.
It
With
has, it
everyone.
really has.
So some amazing experiences this month, so it's been good.
Cool.
I've quite enjoyed the last few days playing Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I'll take that with me.
Pretty cool, wasn't it?
It's been
Yeah,
quite
I really
enjoyable.
like it.
And
Tony and Joe have had their
Yeah, we
differences.
have our altercations, as always, though.
that brings us on to question 14. The final question. There, James, calm down.
I was reading what it was, couldn't
I
remember.
thought you were getting emotional.
Me, emotional, you must be joking.
You'll find work somewhere else, it's okay.
It's hardly work, is it, this? As it is, talk bollocks at people.
Whoa!
Oh!
Hey, I thought we weren't bothering with it for the final show. You can't say something like that and then turn around and deduct points for something you've said we were doing.
Oh, I meant on the songs, not off the panellists.
No, you said we were going to forego the thing and just...
No, not until the very, very end.
And bollocks is hardly
Oh, don't do it
a
again.
He's doing Maya.
James.
Unless James gets the mic.
Shooting yourself in the foot, man.
I don't care.
Question 14. What is the greatest ever ending? Joe, have you got an answer?
Yeah.
Historian?
Well, history by its very nature doesn't really end, so I would be struggling with that, but I've just gone for movies, and it's a dead heat for me between The Godfather Part 3, if anyone remembers the ending to that, which wasn't a particularly great film, but the ending was spectacular. It's just, after the sort of dramatic climax, it goes to him, and it's not really much of a spoiler, you just see him alone by himself, just in his villa with all his money, and then he just like so slowly dies in his chair, all the dogs and children playing around him. Very dramatic. Also, and dead heat with that for me is There Will Be Blood's ending, which was fantastic, which is Daniel Day-Lewis. Has anyone seen There Will Be Blood by any chance?
No. Got the Oscars though.
Yeah, it did get the Oscars quite rightly because Daniel Day-Lewis is fantastic, and in that film in particular, he was playing an oil tycoon. And he just beats to death his sort of companion
I
through the
have
whole
seen,
movie with
yes,
the bowling pin.
yes.
He could play you in the movie.
He can play anything. That's the thing about Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, he likes to
that was
beat
quite
people.
an epic ending. He clubs.
It was really
with
good,
this
wasn't it?
bowling thing, yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh dear. Lucy, greatest ever ending.
This moment right now. Oh, I don't know. There's loads. I really like the ending of Gone with the Wind.
Really? Do you?
I don't-
I hated it. She's just like, I'll try again tomorrow. Okay then.
And well, not like just that, but like the whole build up to the ending, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. The ending to Torchwood, the last series, because I don't know if I'm even going to watch the next series, so that for me was the ending that was quite epic. And there's loads of amazing endings.
Dom.
I'll tell you what is the worst ending ever. The Mist.
Never even
You
heard of
haven't?
that,
Really? Okay, well if Carla was here, she would tell you about that. But no, it's pretty awful.
How does it end?
He shoots his son just before everything ends, and it was all completely unnecessary, and it was just
Why
really
would he do that?
stupid. It all sort of built up, really. And there were these deadly creatures in the mist, and he thought it was never going to end, so the only way he was trying to spare his son was to shoot his son and 3 other people in the car with him. And he ran out of bullets for himself, and so he stood out of the car And the mist disappeared, the creatures were gone, the army drove past and said everything's been sorted out. That was the end of the film.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Oh, that's bad.
I
Yes.
just
Quite unexpected though, isn't it?
It's
Quite
awful.
dramatic.
It's so awful. And okay, anyway, the best ending, in my opinion, is Atonement. Not, I would say the film more than the book.
Okay.
The ending.
Okay.
I like that.
Because there's James McAvoy to look at.
Well, that helps. And Keira Knightley, you know.
James.
I quite enjoyed the end of Serenity. I thought it was really good because we finally got some resolution to the Firefly series, and it was great that they actually got a film made for a series that was cancelled after 13, 14 episodes. So that was awesome. The end of Death Note is the best ending I've ever seen in anything. I can't really explain it without explaining the entire series, and it's very convoluted and complex, and it's a massive game of intellectual back and forth between two ridiculously devilish and fiendish people, and it just ends fantastically.
Ed?
Jenny actually invited us, like Tony, myself and Emma, over to watch the first 10 episodes of Death Note in the dub, as it were. Interesting experience. The dub. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to give you my penultimate answer before my actual answer. And that would be... For some reason I forgot it. I had it in my head. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Gagging like Lucy is.
Fine, I'm going to have to give my actual answer then. That's not... Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know why, but maybe it's the sense of closure it gives in this ending. It just sort of... It feels really happy, but I really like the final scene in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. That final scene is just... It feels like everything's wrapped up, everything's really happy, and it's sort of... And like Cloud finally gets over his own feelings over like, having Aerith being killed, sort of.
Yeah.
And Zack even. So it feels like it's a big weight lifted.
He's finally got his act together and stopped being an idiot.
And then he smiles for like the first time ever.
I know.
And then it ends.
What?
It's like it's about time, you emo freak. But yeah. But I really like that ending. I'm trying to remember what my penultimate one was. Forget it. But yeah.
The scores then. So we enter the 20-second improv round. Nothing that works in VLC will work today, so we have to go off all of the media player. Tied in last on 49 points each, Lucy and James.
Yes!
52 points each, Dominique and Joe. Narrowly ahead on 53 points, it's Edgar.
Ooh.
It's very close.
There's
And
only 4 points in it, really.
I know, and there's only 5 of you, which means the points will go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, depending on the quality of the answers. The downside is no one's commenting on the Facebook thing.
Of course they haven't.
So
They're all in here.
I know.
So what are we going to do for the
20-second improv.
Yeah.
Are we doing? I think. Okay. Who?
I think you should have a song while we...
Yeah, we've got
Figure it
time.
out.
I would have a song and figure out what you want to do.
Okay. Do we want My Way?
Something else. Something good.
Take that.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves, folks.
We'll be right back after this short intermission.
That was a bit of scouting for goals there whilst we sorted out the final round, the 20-second improvisation round. Edgar, as you are in the lead, who would you like to go first?
I would like Joe to go first.
Okay.
Joe, you have to make a 20-second pitch that you should be cast in the Karate Kid sequel.
Starting.
From 2, 1, go.
Now, as Karate Kid, obviously I cannot play the main character, being as he is both black and significantly younger than I am. So, I think I should be cast as his antagonist, the douchey kid that is like quite good at martial arts, that just picks on him and just is an all-round asshole, and I think I could play that role quite well.
Time.
20 seconds, yeah?
Jesus.
You feel you make a good douche, do you? How come you're not bleeping him and deducting points for that? Huh?
Well,
Huh?
you know, I'll
Huh?
deduct it off his
Huh?
score that he gets for the final
Huh?
bit.
Huh?
No.
Because he hasn't scored a point yet, has he?
I don't care.
Would you want Joe to have a point off? You have to beat him in a fight of one chung nung or whatever it is you do.
One
That's
chong.
it, that's the one.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Got it in one.
Okay. Dom,
Okay, can you remind me what mine is?
quite right. A South African should win the final show. We are the best people in the world.
Okay, well, mine is for a sympathy vote because last night was the final showing of everyone's work and a lot of people won things and everyone got to present their work and I didn't get anything and I was really sad and I'd like to win something. And on another note, South Africans just are amazing, you know, just look at me. And that's my argument.
Time. Dead on the 20 seconds. Who's beeping?
That's mine.
Okay. James,
I warn you, if this is Rob Brydon, I am leaving the room.
you should say that you are seeking adoption papers to become James May's son.
Well, I don't need. When am I starting?
3, 2, 1, go.
I don't need adoption papers to become James May's son because it is a little known fact that I am indeed his illegitimate love child. I know, Mum, you're listening, you don't want people to know this, but I am in fact his son. You can see, if you take a photo of me, put it next to James May, we are identical, we act the same, and it's true.
Time.
That's true.
That's true.
Lucy.
So sorry, Mum.
Lucy. Why won't these non-Cornish people just leave Falmouth and leave me to enjoy a proper Cornish pasty?
When am I starting?
Oh. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Emmett will be leaving soon, and thank God for that because it means I'll get a seat on the bus. I can actually buy a pasty with the amount being sold out. I'll get a place on the beach without having everybody around me. Emmett, just get out. Stop eating seagulls. Seagulls are not creatures to be fed, but you do, and they come in, and that's horrible. And Emmett's get out of town.
Quite good.
Strong.
Poor Emmett.
It's down to Edgar.
Down
Edgar,
to
who
the
currently holds the lead, to do the very final 20-second improvisation.
Would you like to announce what that is?
Edgar, you must take 20 seconds to explain that Bandcamp really is as filthy and depraved as Alison Hannigan makes out in the American Pie movies.
It is.
Go.
Okay, so we sometimes use our trumpets as very novelty condom, but I mean we all get around. It's brilliant. We're all sort of okay. So you got the older members, but they have their fun as well. You know, when we march around the field, sometimes we like to take our top off because the sun is so hot. And then after the performance, you know, we're so hot and sweaty, we decide to get down on the ground.
Down on the ground. Genius,
Epic.
to say the least.
Oh dear. It's going to take some time to sort out.
I really don't know which way this is swinging.
Yeah.
Or for that matter, Ed.
As Alex is listening, do we want to have Varley Day Shem as the final song and play the
I don't
next
know.
one whilst I work out the scores?
If you like.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
on.
know what the one you said
This
was.
is
So
Stop Crying Your Heart Out by Oasis. I'm sure everybody is keen to know
I'm keen to know the scores.
the final scores of the show. In last place, on 51 points, it's Lucy.
Yes! After 4 wins. Yes!
You flunked big time.
Finally lost.
Finally!
52 points in 4th. It's James.
Never mind.
Is that swearing?
It's hardly swear.
Well, you did a mire. Well, that miring.
Come on.
53 points. It's Joe.
Respectable.
So that means in second place, 56 points, a very good performance. It's Dominique. That means this week's winner and the show's final ever winner is Mr. Edgar Duncan on 58 points.
Yeah, let's get down on the ground. Speech.
Yeah.
Trumpet solo.
Trumpet solo.
Do it.
Go on.
If I play a note.
Go on. That's a solo.
Yes.
Have a
Went
note.
off the chart. I think you just killed the world.
Alex has passed out on the floor. Yeah, this story is a bit where, you know, they should really come bring us like champagne and flowers and chocolates, really, you know, for
Yeah.
actually still being here doing the show when everybody else has gone. However, hopefully we might continue in some capacity.
Will it still be called the 11 o'clock waffle?
I really hope so. That would be awesome.
Because that means we could do it 11 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock in the day, depending on how busy we are.
Or we
in our
could call
life.
it the 11th hour.
That's a better name, Jim. Although, yeah, there's no waffles. It's a better
Gravely
name.
disappointed.
Have there ever been waffles?
Once.
Really?
Not on the show. There was waffles at a party
He turned
once.
up to a party with a box of potato waffles.
The YouTube channel's logo has us three with a waffle in hand.
Nice.
That's cute.
Yay.
It's also the picture on the
The one where I
the-
look like
the
a
website.
shark.
It's an epic photo. I think there shall be waffles Saturday night. However, I think it's now time to round up the final show. It's been fantastic. 3 years hosting on the radio. Back in the early days of Back to the Decades. I used to host with Carla and Nat. Been on this show before.
Yep.
Had our first ever song, Changes by David Bowie. We had our themes each week. And then this year, the show reincarnated into the 11 o'clock waffle. And it's been fantastic. We've had 13 very good shows.
The highest caliber.
Plus all the extra shows where it's just be me, you, and Callum talking about Denner Geek lists.
They were fun.
That was a good show.
They were really fun.
So I think we have to do the massive thank you to the guest roundup, which could take a while. We have to say thank you to Emma, Freya, Maya, Carla, Nat, Kim, Callum, Chris Stanley.
Tony popped in for a
Tony
little bit
popped
on
in
one
for a
of them.
one. And that's it. I think everybody else is here this week, isn't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I think so.
Can't think of anyone I've missed. But thank you to
Didn't thank Maya, did you?
thank Maya. Maya, Freya, Emma. Son of her never came on. Thank you to Lucy Ahmed.
Thank you.
Showtime's all-time winningest,
Yay.
to use an American phrase. To James Millar, the top
veteran.
waffler, the veteran top waffler, makes most appearances. To Joe, the biggest listener.
Thank you.
Dominique, newcomer, well done, second place on your first show. And of course the final
And last
winner,
show.
the final ever winner of the 11 o'clock waffle on Radiowave, Mr. Edgar Duncan.
Yeah!
Yay.
Again.
And in honour to Alex, who cannot be with us today, he was no,
He's dead! Oh my god!
he was supposed to be on the show, but
Oh
unfortunately,
my god!
Could
He's
regenerate.
dead!
What's happening?
R.I.P. Alex.
unfortunately he couldn't be on the show today. But
Listening from the other side.
this is here from the other side. We wish him well.
The other
In
day.
honour to Alex, he's picked the final song. So this is Valet des Chems by Murray Gold. You might recognise it
Yes.
from.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Here we go. Goodbye.
Bye.
Lily's just like, no.